Students, today we will start chapter Reconstruction of Partnership Firm for class 12th. Introduction. Reconstitution of partnership firm refer to the change in present constitution of firm due to various reasons like number 1 change in profit sharing ratio among existing partners, number 2 admission of new partner, number 3 retirement of partner, number 4 death of a partners. So in introduction we have reconstitution of partnership firm refer to change in present constitution of the firm due to various reasons like number 1 change in profit sharing ratio among existing partners, number 2 admission of a new partner, number 3 retirement of a partner, number 4 death of a partner. Now effects of reconstitution of partnership on the new firm. So we have effect of reconstitution of partnership on the new firm. Case 1, effect of change in profit sharing ratio among existing partners on the new firm. Case 2, effect of admission of partners on the new firm. Case 3, effect of retirement of partner on the new firm. Case 4, effect of death of a partner on the new firm. Now case 1, effect of change in profit sharing ratio among existing partners on the new firm. So we have two facts. Number 1, change in profit sharing ratio will result in the reconstitution of the firm. Old partnership firm comes to an end and new one exists between the existing partners. Number 2, change in profit sharing ratio will increase or decrease the share of existing partners. So we have two facts of change in profit sharing ratio among existing partners on the new firm. Number 1, change in profit sharing ratio will result in the reconstitution of the firm. Old partnership firm comes to an end and new one exists between the existing partners. Number 2, change in profit sharing ratio will increase oblique decrease the share of existing partners. Now, case 2, effect of admission of a partner on the new firm. Number 1, admission of partner will result in the reconstitution of the firm. Old partnership firm comes to an end and new one exists between the old partners. Number 2, admission of partner will decrease the share of old partners as they sacrifice their share in favor of new partners. Again, effect of admission of partner on the new firm. Number 1, admission of partner will result in the reconstitution of the firm. Old partnership firm comes to an end and new one exists between the old and new partners. Number 2, admission of partner will decrease the share of old partners. Now case 3rd and 4th, same fact, effect of retirement oblique death of a partner on the new firm. Number 1, retirement oblique death of partner will result in the reconstitution of the firm. Old partnership firm comes to an end and new one exists between the continuing partners. Number 2, retirement oblique death of partner will increase the share of continuing partners. Again, students, effect of retirement oblique death of a partner on the new firm. Number 1, retirement oblique death of partner will result in the reconstitution of the firm. Old partnership firm comes to an end and new one exists between the continuing partners. Number 2, retirement oblique death of partner will increase the share of continuing partners, as continuing partner take up the share of outgoing partner. Outgoing partner may be retiring partner or deceased partner. Now changes takes place at the time of reconstitution of partnership. Number one, profit sharing ratio. First of all, we must know the meaning of profit sharing ratio. The ratio in which partners share profits of the partnership firm is called profit sharing ratio. What is profit sharing ratio? The ratio in which partners share profit of the partnership firm is called profit sharing ratio. Now, this can be explained by means of an example. A, B, and C are partners sharing profits in the ratio 3 ratio 2 ratio 1. Firm earned a profit of rupees 60,000. Calculate partner's share of profit. Now, how to solve this type of problem? First of all, profit sharing ratio between the partner A, B, and C is equal to 3 ratio 2 ratio 1. First, we have to calculate total share of profit of partner A, B, and C. This is equal to 3 plus 2 plus 1. This is equal to 6. Now, if total profit of the partnership firm is 6, then A share in profit is 3. If total profit is 6, then B share in profit is 2. If total profit we take 6, then C's share in profit is equal to 1. Now, if we take total profit is equal to 1 by unitary method, if total profit is equal to 1, then A share of profit will be 3 over 6. By unitary method, if total profit is 6, A share in profit is equal to 3. If total profit is equal to 1, then A share in profit is equal to 3 over 6. Similarly, B share of profit is equal to 2 over 6. C share of profit is equal to 1 over 6. It means if we take total profit is equal to 1, then we can easily calculate A share of profit, B share of profit, C share of profit. Here, A share of profit equal to 3 over 6, B share of profit equal to 2 over 6, C share of profit is equal to 1 over 6. Now, it is given total profit is equal to 60,000. If total profit is equal to 60,000, A share of profit will be 3 over 6 multiplied by 60,000. That is equal to 30,000. B share of profit will be 2 over 6 multiplied by 60,000. That is equal to 20,000. C share of profit is equal to 1 over 6 multiplied by 60,000 is equal to 10,000. This is just like unitary method. So again students, profit sharing ratio of ABC is equal to 3 ratio 2 ratio 1. Now total share of profit of partner ABC equal to 3 plus 2 plus 1 is equal to 6. If total profit is of the firm is equal to 6, then A share in profit is 3. If we take total profit is equal to 1, then A share in profit will be 3 over 6. B share in profit will be 2 over 6. C share in profit will be 1 over 6. Now, if total profit is equal to 60,000, we can easily calculate A share of profit will be 3 over 6 multiplied by 60,000. That is equal to 30,000. B share of profit is equal to 2 over 6 multiplied by 60,000. That is equal to 20,000. C share of profit is equal to 1 over 6 multiplied by 60,000 is equal to 10,000. Now, change in profit sharing ratio among existing partner. Whenever we have change in profit sharing ratio among existing partners, some partners sacrifice, other partner gain. We can explain this by means of an example. Old profit sharing ratio of partner A, B, C is equal to 3 ratio 2 ratio 1. Now new profit sharing ratio partner A comma B, comma C is equal to 1 ratio 1 ratio 1. Sacrificing ratio is equal to old ratio minus new ratio. Gaining ratio is equal to new ratio minus old ratio. By using any of the two formula, we can calculate sacrifice and gains of partner. Now, by using sacrificing ratio formula, or sacrificing ratio is equal to old ratio minus new ratio, how to calculate sacrifice of A, B, or C. A sacrifice is equal to A's old share minus A's new share. So A's share old share from old profit sharing ratio, that is equal to 3 over 6. Now A's new share from new profit sharing ratio 1 over 3. Now difference of these is equal to 1 over 6. Take LCM is equal to 6. 6 divided by 6. 1. 3 minus 2 is equal to 1 over 6. So A sacrifice is equal to 1 over 6. Now B sacrifice is equal to B's old share minus B's new share, that is equal to nil. C sacrifice is equal to C's old share minus C's new share. 1 over 6 minus 1 over 3, that is equal to minus 1 over 6. Now negation of minus 1 over 6 is plus 1 over 6, or negation of sacrifice is gain. So we have to take the negative of minus 1 over 6, 1 over 6 होगा, और negative of sacrifice is gain. Therefore C's gain is equal to 1 over 6. Now check sacrifice, total sacrifice of partner must be equal to total gains of other partners. Total sacrifice A 1 over 6 plus B nil. Total gain C is equal to 1 over 6. It means 1 over 6 is equal to 1 over 6. So you have to verify this formula. Now by taking the formula for gaining ratio formula, by using gaining ratio formula, first of all, old profit sharing ratio ABC is equal to 3 ratio 2 ratio 1. New profit sharing ratio of ABC is 1 ratio 1 ratio 1. Now you can easily calculate again the answer for sacrifice of A and B must be equal to gain of C by using sacrificing ratio formula or by using gaining ratio formula. We can calculate the sacrifice made by partner and gain made by another partner. Check total sacrifice must be equal to total gain. Now here old profit sharing ratio ABC 3 to 1, new profit sharing ratio ABC 1 is to 1 is to 1. Now gaining ratio formula is gaining ratio is equal to new ratio minus old ratio. First A's gain, A's new share minus A's old share. A's new share कितना होगा 1 over 3 और A's old share 3 over 6. 1 over 3 minus 1 over 6 is equal to minus 1 over 6. Now negative of minus 1 over 6 is 1 over 6, or negative of gain is equal to sacrifice. Therefore A's sacrifice is equal to 1 over 6. Now B's gain, B's old share, B's new share minus B's old share, this is equal to nil. गेन कैसे निकालते हैं, न्यू शेयर माइनस ओल्ड शेयर. तो 20 न्यू शेयर कितना है 1 over 3 माइनस 2 over 6, दिस इक्वल टू नील. C's gain, C's new share minus C's old share. C's new share here 1 over 3, C's old share 1 over 6. So this is equal to 1 over 6. It means here A sacrifice 1 over 6, C's gain 1 over 6. Total sacrifice made by partner is equal to total gain. Total sacrifice must be equal to total gain. By using any of the formula, either we can use old profit sharing ratio, sacrificing ratio formula or gaining ratio formula, we can calculate sacrifice of partner and gain of other partners. Now, accounting treatment of goodwill due to change in profit sharing ratio among existing partners. Case 1. If goodwill already present in the books of old firm, it should be written off as follows. If goodwill already present in the books of old firm, it should be written off as follows. All partners capital count debit to goodwill count. Goodwill written off in old profit sharing ratio. This is applicable in all cases of reconstitution of firm, at a change in profit sharing ratio among existing partner, admission of partner, retirement of partner, death of partner. If any goodwill present in the balance sheet of old firm, that is on the asset side of balance sheet, it should be written off by passing a journal entry. All partners capital count debit to goodwill count, goodwill written off in old profit sharing ratio. Now, case 2, if goodwill is valued at the time of change in profit sharing ratio among existing partners, so first of all, we have to calculate goodwill at the time of change in profit sharing ratio among existing partners. Number 2, calculate sacrificing ratio and gaining ratio of partners by using the formula sacrificing ratio is equal to old ratio minus new ratio, or using the formula gaining ratio is equal to new ratio minus old ratio. So here we have to pass journal entry. Gaining partners capital count debit to sacrificing partner capital count. Gaining partner capital count debit कितने से करना है? Gain in shares multiply by valued goodwill. To sacrificing partner capital count, here we have sacrifice in share multiply by valued goodwill. So we have to pass this journal entry at the time of change in profit sharing ratio among existing partners. Gaining partner capital count debit to sacrificing partner कैपिटल अकाउंट. तो गेनिंग पार्टनर की कैपिटल में कितना डेबिट देना है, दैट इज कैलकुलेटेड गेन इन शेयर मल्टीप्लाई बाय वैल्यूड गुडविल. और सैक्रिफाइसिंग पार्टनर्स कैपिटल को कितने का क्रेडिट देना है, सैक्रिफाइस आ पार्टनर मल्टीप्लाई बाय वैल्यूड गुडविल. Now, let us take an example. A, B, and C are partners sharing profit in the ratio 5:3:2. They decided to change profit to share profit equally in future. On this day, goodwill is valued at rupees 60,000, and goodwill already appears in the books at rupees 30,000. Again, ABC are partners sharing profit in the ratio 5:3:2. They decide to share profit equally in future. On this day, goodwill valued at rupees 60,000 and goodwill already appears in the books of the old firm is equal to rupees 30,000. Now, pass a journal entry for treatment of goodwill. Now, old profit sharing ratio partner ABC 5:3:2. New profit sharing ratio of partner ABC is equal to 1:1:1. Now, by using the formula sacrificing ratio is equal to old ratio minus new ratio. First, A's sacrifice, A's old share minus A's new share. We know old ratio, we know the new ratio. तो A's old share will be 5/10. A's new share will be 1/3. So 5 over 10 minus 1 over 3. Now taking LCM of 10 and 3, this is 30. Now make the denominator of 5 over 10 is equal to 30, and denominator of 1 over 3 also equal to 30. For this, multiply 10 by 3, denominator of 5 over 10 by 3, and numerator also by 3. So we have 15 over 30. In the same manner, 1 over 3 can be taken as 10 over 30. Multiply the numerator by 10 and denominator by 10, so that the denominator equal to the LCM of 10 and 3. So here A's old share is equal to 5 over 10 minus A's new share 1 over 3. So A's 5 over 10 can be taken as 15 over 30. 5 को 3 से मल्टीप्लाई करो, 10 को 3 से करो, 15 over 30. Now minus 1 over 3 can be taken as 10 over 30. Multiply numerator by 10 or multiply denominator by 10. This is 10 over 30. This is equal to 5 over 30. It means A sacrifice is equal to 5 over 30. Now B sacrifice is equal to B's old share minus B's new share. B's old share is 3 over 10 from old processing ratio 5 is to 3 is to 2. B's old share कितना होगा 3 over 10, और B's new share is equal to 1 over 3. Now the difference again we can taking LCM, 10 multiplied by 3 30. So B's old share is equal to 9 over 30, or B's new share is equal to 10 over 30. 9 over 30 minus 10 over 30 minus 1 over 30. So it means minus 1 over 30, negation of minus 1 over 30 is equal to plus 1 over 30. So negation of sacrifice is gain. It means base gain is equal to 1 over 30. Now similarly, C sacrifice is equal to old share, C's old share minus C's new share. C's old share कितना होगा 2 over 10 from old profit sharing ratio minus C's new share equal to 1 over 3. Again LCM 10 और 3 का कितना होगा 30. So we can write this 2 over 10 as 6 over 30. 2 को 3 से करना है और 10 को 3 से. 6 over 30 minus 10 over 30. This is equal to minus 4 over 30. It means negation of minus 4 over 30 is 4 over 30, or negation of sacrifice is gain. Here C's gain is equal to 4 over 30. Again, student, by using sacrificing ratio formula or gaining ratio formula, we can calculate sacrifice and gain of partners. Now by using sacrificing ratio formula, sacrificing ratio is equal to old ratio minus new ratio. A's sacrifice is equal to A's old share minus A's new share. A's old share 5 over 10 from old profit sharing ratio, or A's new share is equal to 1 over 3 from new profit sharing ratio. This is equal to 15 over 30 minus 10 over 30. This is equal to 5 over 30. Now B sacrifice, B's old share minus B's new share, 3 over 10 minus 1 over 3. This is equal to minus 1 over 30. It means B's gain is equal to 1 over 30. We have to make minus 1 over 30 as plus 1 over 30, or it means opposite of minus 1 over 30 is plus 1 over 30. Opposite of sacrifice will be a gain. So B's gain is equal to 1 over 30. Now C sacrifice is equal to C's old share minus C's new share, 2 over 10 minus 1 over 30. This is minus 4 over 30. So here minus 4, negation of minus 4 over 30 is plus 4 over 30, or negation of sacrifice is gain. It means C's gain is equal to 4 over 30. Now we can check sacrifice, total sacrifice 5 over 30 or total gain 1 over 30 plus 4 over 30. Again this is equal to 5 over 30. Now we have to pass the journal entry. First journal entry for goodwill already appears in the books of old firm, that is equal to 30,000. It should be written up in old profit sharing ratio, that is 5 ratio 3 ratio 2. So this A capital account debit 15,000, B's capital account debit 9,000, C's capital account debit 6,000, to goodwill count 30,000. Goodwill appears in the books of old firm should be written up in old profit sharing ratio, that is 5 ratio 3 ratio 2. It means you have to distribute 30,000 in the ratio 5 ratio 3 ratio 2. So here the entry is A's capital account debit, B's capital account debit, C's capital account debit. Amount you can calculate by simple using the profit sharing ratio formula. Here profit sharing ratio is 5 ratio 3 ratio 2, 5 plus 3 plus 2, 10. A's share 5 over 10, B share 3 over 10 or C share 2 over 10. Divide this among partner A, B, C. 30,000 into 5 over 10, this is equal to 15,000. 30,000 into 3 over 10, this is equal to 9,000. 30,000 into 2 over 10, this is equal to 6,000. It means entries A's capital account debit 15,000, B's capital account debit 9,000, C's capital account debit 6,000. To goodwill 30,000. Old goodwill written up in old profit sharing ratio, that is 5 ratio 3 ratio 2. Now the second entry, gaining partners capital account debit to sacrificing partners capital account. तो here बीज कैपिटल अकाउंट डेबिट कितने से करना है, गेन बीज गेन मल्टीप्लाई बाई वैल्यूड गुडविल. सीज कैपिटल अकाउंट को डेबिट कितने से करना है, सीज गेन मल्टीप्लाई बाई वैल्यूड गुडविल. और एज कैपिटल अकाउंट को कितने से क्रेडिट करना है, ए सैक्रिफाइस मल्टीप्लाई बाई वैल्यूड गुडविल. वी नो द गुडविल वैल्यूड इज 30,000. वी नो बीज गेन 2 over 30. 2 over 30 multiplied by 60,000, मतलब कि valued goodwill, this is equal to B's capital account debit 2,000, C's capital account debit 8,000, to A's capital account 10,000. Treatment of goodwill due to change in profit sharing ratio. Again, student, we have already calculated gain and sacrifice. A sacrifice 5 over 30, B sacrifice 1 over 30, C sacrifice 4 over 30. Now we have to debit B's gain is equal to 1 over 30, C's gain is equal to 4 over 30. We have to give debit to gaining partners. So B's capital account debit 1 over 30 multiplied by 60,000. It means 1 over 30 multiplied by 60,000, 2,000. B's capital account debit 2,000. C's capital account debit, C's gain 4 over 30 multiplied by 60,000. This is equal to 8,000. To A's capital account, A's sacrifice 5 over 30 multiplied by 60,000. That's equal to 10,000. So entry you have to pass for this is B's capital account debit, C's capital account debit, to A's capital account. Goodwill share, treatment of goodwill at the time of change in profit sharing ratio. Now case third, revaluation of assets and liabilities due to change in profit sharing ratio among existing partners. For this we have to prepare revaluation count. So first of all, we must know the meaning of revaluation count. Revaluation count is a nominal count which is prepared to revaluate the assets and liabilities of the firm. This count is also known as profit and loss adjustment count. This count determines profit or loss on revaluation of assets and liability. This profit oblique loss on revaluation distributed among the partners of old firm in old profit sharing ratio. Again, students, revaluation count is a nominal count which is prepared at the time of reconstitution of the firm. Here, this count is also known as profit and loss adjustment count. This count determines profit or loss on revaluation of assets and liability. This profit or loss on revaluation is distributed among the partners of old firm in old profit sharing ratio. Now, pro forma of revaluation count. This count have two sides, left hand side debit side, right hand side is credit side. So this is a nominal count, this is credited by gain and debited by losses. Now here we have to compare the book value of the assets with the present value of the asset in the new firm, book value in the old firm, book value of asset in the old firm with the present value of the asset in the new firm. If the difference, if book value is more than is more than the present value, then we have loss. If book value is less than the present value, it means present value is more than the book value, then we have gain. Gain is credited to the revaluation count and loss is debited to the revaluation count. By asset, increase in value, जितनी वैल्यू एसेट की इंक्रीज होगी द सेम अमाउंट वी हैव credited to revaluation count by assets increase in the value. How to find increase in the value of asset? Present value of asset minus book value of asset. Present value of asset, this is the value of asset in the new firm, and book value of the asset, this is the value of the asset shown in the books of old firm. Now liability. Now we have to compare the present value of liability with the books value of the liability. If the present value of the liability is more than the book value of the liability, it means liability is increasing. We have loss. If the present value of the liability is less than the book value of liability, it means we have gain. If the liability is decreasing, the decrease amount is credited to revaluation count by liability, decrease in value of liability. If the liability is increasing, the increased value of liability is debited to revaluation count to liability increase in value. Now, if we have an unrecorded asset which is not shown in the books of the old firm, but it arises at the time of reconstitution of the partnership firm. So, if we have to disclose this asset in the new firm, so by unrecorded asset, the whole amount will be increased. Whole is the gain by unrecorded asset. Now, if we have a liability which is not shown in the books of old firm, that is unrecorded liability, that will decrease, that will be the loss due to revaluation. So, to unrecorded liability, that is debited to revaluation count. Now, after passing the gain and losses in the revaluation count, we have to compare the credit and debit balance of revaluation count. If credit side of revaluation count, credit total of revaluation count is more than the debit total, the balancing figure is on the debit side. This is profit on revaluation. This is the balancing figure. If debit side of revaluation count is more than the credit side, then we have a balancing figure is on the credit side, that is by loss on revaluation. So this profit or loss on revaluation transfer to the partners in their old profit sharing ratio. अगर प्रॉफिट होगा तो डेबिट साइड में ट्रांसफर टू पार्टनर्स capital count in old profit sharing ratio. If we have loss on revaluation, credit for this is given by revaluation, by loss on revaluation and transfer to partners capital count in old profit sharing ratio. Again students, listen, pro forma of revaluation count. Revaluation count is a nominal count. Debit side record losses and credit side record gains. Income and gain on credit side and losses and expenses on the debit side. Now first here we have to compare the book value of the assets with the present value of the asset. Present value mean value, revised value of the asset. Present value of the asset mean revised value of the asset due to reconstitution of the partnership firm. If present value of the asset, that is revised value of the asset, is more than the book value of the asset, the difference is gain, that is credited to revaluation count by assets increase in the value. If the present value or revised value of the asset is less than the book value of the asset, we have loss, that is debited to revaluation count to assets account, decrease in the value of asset. Now in the same manner we have to compare the liability in the books of the old firm with the revised value of the liability, that is present value of the liability. If the present value of the liability is less than the book value of the liability, then we have gain. It means book value is more than the revised value, that is present value, then we have gain. It means liability is decreasing. By liability, decrease in value of liability, we have gain. This is credited to revaluation count. If the book value of the liability is less than the revised value of the liability, we have loss, that is debited to revaluation count. Now if we have an unrecorded asset, that is any asset arises due to reconstruction of partnership firm या reconstitution of the partnership firm, so that asset should be taken into account. The whole amount of the asset is gain, that is credited to revaluation count by asset count. This is amount of unrecorded asset. Or if the value of liability is unrecorded, if any liability arises at the time of reconstitution of the partnership firm, then the entire amount of unrecorded liability is a loss, that is debited to revaluation count to unrecorded liability. Now we have to balance the revaluation count. If credit side of revaluation count is more than the debit side, we have profit on revaluation, that is debited to revaluation count to profit on revaluation count, that is transferred to partners इन ओल्ड प्रॉफिटिंग रेशियो, ओल्ड पार्टनर को ओल्ड प्रॉफिटिंग रेशियो में ट्रांसफर कर देना है. इफ डेबिट साइड ऑफ revaluation count is more than the credit side, we have loss on revaluation, that is also transferred to old partners in old profit sharing ratio. Why it is necessary to reevaluate assets and liabilities at the time of reconstitution of partnership firm. Reconstitution means change in profit sharing ratio में भी reconstitution है, admission of partner, retirement of partner, death of partner. In any of the four cases, if why we have to reevaluate assets and liability at the time of change in profit sharing ratio among existing partner, admission of partner, retirement of partner, death of partner. So we have to give answer two steps. In two steps, number one, to ascertain the real value of the assets and liability on the date of reconstitution of the firm. तो हमने क्या निकालना है, real value of assets, that is present value of the asset, that is revised value of the assets and liability on the date of reconstitution of firm. It means number one step, we have to find the real value of the assets on the date of reconstitution of the firm. Real value means present value or revised value of the asset. Number two, to adjust the profit or loss arises arising on account of such revaluation among old partner in their old profit sharing ratio. अगर कोई प्रॉफिट होता है दैट इज ट्रांसफर टू ओल्ड पार्टनर इन ओल्ड प्रॉफिट शेयरिंग रेशियो. So again students, why it is necessary to reevaluate the assets and liability at the time of reconstitution of the partnership firm. So two steps. We have to give answer in two steps. Number one, to ascertain the real value of assets and liability on the date of reconstitution of the firm. Real value means revised value of the assets or present value of the asset on the date of reconstitution of the firm. Number two, to adjust the profit or loss arising on account of such revaluation among old partners in old profit sharing ratio. Now, journal entries at the time of revaluation of assets and liability. Number one, for increase in the value of asset. If the revised value of asset is more than the book value of the asset, the entry is assets count debit to revaluation count. For decrease in the value of asset, if revised value of the asset is less than the book value of the asset, we have lost. The entry is revaluation count debit to assets count. For increase in the value of liability, revaluation count debit to liability count. Increase in value, how to calculate increase in value? If revised value of the liability is more than the book value of the liability, we say this is increase in the value of liability, that is loss. If liability is increasing, we have loss. So loss is debited to revaluation count. The entry is revaluation count debit to liability count. For decrease in the value of liability, if revised value of the liability is less than the book value of liability, it means liability is decreasing. We have to pass the reversal entry. It means here liability count debit to revaluation count. Entry for this is liability count debit to revaluation count. Here we have gain. If the liability is decreasing, it means revised value of liability is less than the book value. We have gain. The difference is gain. Book value of liability minus revised value of liability. This is gain. The entry for the gain is liability count debit to revaluation count. Now, fifth entry for recording the value of unrecorded asset. Unrecorded asset, you already know, asset which appears at the time of reconstitution of the firm but not shown in the books of old firm. रिकन्स्टिट्यूशन के टाइम में इस ऐसे एसेट का पता चलता है. तो एंट्री फॉर दिस इज एसेट काउंट डेबिट टू revaluation count. Here entire value of the asset will increase, will be the gain. So gain is credited to revaluation count. The entry for this is asset count debit to revaluation count. For recording the value of unrecorded liability, if there is any liability arises on count of reconstitution of the partnership firm, the entire amount is debited to revaluation count, as this is a loss on revaluation count. When the liability is increasing, we have loss. So entry for the loss is revaluation count debit to liability account. Now seventh, if credit side of revaluation count is more than the debit side, we have profit. If credit side of revaluation count, if revaluation count balance, we have profit. So entry for this is revaluation count debit to partners capital count. Transfer of profit on revaluation count to old partners in old profit sharing ratio. If we have loss on revaluation account, reversal entry is passed. It means the entry will be partners capital count debit to revaluation count. loss on revaluation transfer to partner in old profit sharing ratio. Now case 4, treatment of reserves and accumulated profit oblique losses. Reserves and cumulative profit present in the books of the old firm should be transferred to old partners in old profit sharing ratio. If we have reserve or general reserve shown on the liability side of balance sheet as on date of reconstitution of the firm, we have to transfer this among the old partners in old profit sharing ratio. In all the cases of reconstitution of partnership firm, चाहे वो चेंज इन प्रॉफिट शेयरिंग रेशियो है, एडमिशन ऑफ पार्टनर है, रिटायरमेंट ऑफ पार्टनर है, डेथ ऑफ पार्टनर, द एंट्री फॉर दिस विल बी द सेम. Entries reserves oblique general reserve count debit to partners capital count. Transfer of reserves to old partners in old profit sharing ratio. If we have profit and loss count credit balance that is shown on the liability side of the balance sheet as on date of reconstitution of the partnership firm, the entry for this is profit and loss count debit to partners capital count. Profit and loss on profit on revaluation on the date of reconstitution of firm transfer to partner in old profit sharing ratio. Entry is profit and loss count debit to partners capital count. If we have profit and loss debit balance, the reversal entry is passed. The profit and loss count debit balance shown on the asset side of balance sheet as on the date of reconstitution of the partnership firm. So it means if profit and loss account appears on the asset side of balance sheet on the date of reconstitution of the firm, it should be transferred to partners. The entry for this is partners capital count debit to profit and loss count. Now case 5, treatment of workman compensation fund, comma, investment fluctuating fund at the time of reconstitution of the partnership firm. If any liability arises from the workman compensation fund, that should be deducted from the workman compensation fund and the balance amount of workman compensation fund transferred to old partner in old profit sharing ratio. Note, workman compensation fund shown appears on the liability side of balance sheet as on date of reconstitution of the partnership firm. If any liability arises on account of any dispute among workers, the liability should be paid out of this workman compensation fund. So this workman compensation fund is deducted by the amount of workers man payables, mean compensation liability rises to workers and the balance amount is transferred to partners capital count. The entry for the same is workman compensation fund account debit to workman compensation payable count to partners capital count. तो वर्कमैन कंपनसेशन फंड अगर पड़ा हुआ है लाइबिलिटी साइड में उसको डेबिट करना है टू वर्कमैन कंपनसेशन पेबल, जो लाइबिलिटी राइज हो रही है उसमें से लेस कर देनी है, उसमें से क्रेडिट करना है एंड द बैलेंस अमाउंट इज ट्रांसफर टू पार्टनर्स कैपिटल अकाउंट इन ओल्ड प्रॉफिट शेयरिंग रेशियो. Now investment fluctuating fund. We can assign two treatment to this. Part 1, investment fluctuating fund is a type of reserve against investment. If the market value of the investment is less than the book value, then the decreased amount is deducted from the investment fluctuating fund and the balance amount is transferred to old partners in old profit sharing ratio. Investment fluctuating fund is treatment is just same as the treatment given in the for the workman compensation fund. Now here investment fluctuating fund account debit, entry for this is investment fluctuating fund account debit to investment account with the amount of decrease in the value of investment and to partners capital account balancing figure that is transferred to old partners in old profit sharing ratio. तो इन्वेस्टमेंट फ्लक्चुएटिंग फंड को हमने डेबिट करना है, टू इन्वेस्टमेंट को क्रेडिट करना है जितने की वो उसकी मार्केट वैल्यू इज़ लेस देन द बुक वैल्यू, दैट लेसर अमाउंट जितने से लेस हो रही है उतने से इन्वेस्टमेंट को क्रेडिट करना है, एंड द बैलेंस अमाउंट इज ट्रांसफर टू पार्टनर्स कैपिटल अकाउंट इन ओल्ड प्रॉफिट शेयरिंग रेशियो. Now investment fluctuating fund part 2. Investment fluctuating fund is a type of reserve against investment. If the market value of the investment is more than the book value, then the increase in the amount is transferred to revaluation account. And investment fluctuating fund revaluation account is transferred to old partner capital account in old profit sharing ratio. So here, if the market value of the asset investment that is more than the book value of the investment, the difference amount is the gain that is credited to revaluation account. The entry for the same is investment account debit to revaluation account. In this case, the investment fluctuating fund appears on the liability side of balance sheet. The entire amount of this is transferred to partners capital account. In which ratio? In old profit sharing ratio. And profit on revaluation account also transferred to partner capital account on in the old profit sharing ratio. The entry for this, here we have to pass the journal entry for increase in value of the investment account debit to revaluation account. It means that increase in value of investment that is credited to revaluation account, entry is investment account debit to revaluation account. Now we have to close investment fluctuating fund account and revaluation account. Investment fluctuating fund account debit, revaluation account debit to partners capital account. Investment fluctuating fund balance appears in the on the liability side of balance sheet, and revaluation account profit arises due to increase in value of investment, that is these are debited, and credit is given to the partners capital account in old profit sharing ratio. The entry is investment fluctuating fund account debit, revaluation account debit to partners capital account in old profit sharing ratio. Students, again, investment fluctuating fund. If we have investment fluctuating fund appears in the on the liability side of old partnership firm, that should be closed and the amount is transferred to partners capital account in their old profit sharing ratio. If we have investment on the asset side of balance sheet, and if uh, value of investment is remain the same, then the entire amount of investment fluctuating fund is transferred to old partners in old profit sharing ratio. If the value of investment is decreasing, it means if the market value of the investment, i.e. the revised value of the investment, is less than the book value of the investment, it means we have decrease in the value of investment. Then the entry is investment fluctuating fund account debit to investment account decrease in value of investment to partners capital account, balance amount is transferred to partners in their old profit sharing ratio. On the other hand, if the market value of the investment is increasing, increase हो रही है, revised value of investment is more than the value, book value of the investment, in that case, how we have to treat investment fluctuating fund. So for increase in the value of investment, we have to pass a separate entry, that is investment account debit to revaluation account. Now we have to close investment fluctuating fund account balance and revaluation account balance. Investment fluctuating fund account that is shown on the liability side, and revaluation account profit arises on revaluation of investment. Revised value of investment is more than the book value of investment. So these both investment fluctuating fund account debit, revaluation account debit to partners capital account. We have to transfer these balance in to old partners in old profit sharing ratio. students, again, in the case of workman compensation fund, uh, if workman compensation fund appears on the liability side of balance sheet, it should be closed by transferring the workman compensation fund to partners capital account. वर्कमैन कंपनसेशन फंड को हमने डेबिट करना है और पार्टनर्स कैपिटल को क्रेडिट करना है टू इन द ओल्ड प्रॉफिट शेयरिंग रेशियो इफ़ नो liability for workman compensation rises. इफ़ वर्कमैन कंपनसेशन लाइबिलिटी राइज होती है तो वर्कमैन कंपनसेशन फंड काउंट डेबिट टू वर्कमैन कंपनसेशन पेबल काउंट टू पार्टनर्स कैपिटल काउंट. जो अमाउंट ऑफ लाइबिलिटी है उतने से वर्कमैन कंपनसेशन पेबल काउंट को क्रेडिट करना है और बैलेंस अमाउंट टू पार्टनर्स कैपिटल अकाउंट इन ओल्ड प्रॉफिट शेयरिंग रेशियो ट्रांसफर टू ओल्ड पार्टनर्स इन ओल्ड प्रॉफिट शेयरिंग रेशियो. Here in the revised balance sheet on after the reconstitution of the partnership firm, we have to write workman compensation payable amount on the liability side. Workman compensation fund closed. We have not to disclose workman compensation fund in the liability side of the new firm. Again, investment fluctuating fund, if closed, we have not to show this in the balance sheet after reconstitution of the firm. Investment fluctuating fund. Now, case 6, adjustment of capital. Sometime it is decided that the capital of the partner should be adjusted in new profit sharing ratio in the new firm. So here we have to involve 4 steps. Number 1, determine the capital of partner after necessary adjustments. First step is determine the capital of partner after necessary adjustment. This can be done by preparing partner's capital account. Number 2, determine the capital of partner in the new firm and company. Now, the number 3 step is compare the capital of partners after necessary adjustment with the capital of the partners in the new firm. 4th step, if capital after adjustment is more than the capital in the new firm, then the same is withdrawn or transferred to the current account of the partner and vice versa. On the other hand, if the capital after adjustment is less than the capital in the new firm, then same amount is brought by new partners or by transferring the amount to current account on the credit side of capital account by cash or by current account of the partner. So again, students, we have to show this capital accounts